Hi, welcome. This is the Google Calendar Chapter 8, and we're going to go a quick overview on how to create a calendar, add appointments, and add guests, and how to print them properly, and how to share calendars as well. All right, let's get started. Okay, so to access Google Calendar, remember you can always access all the Google Apps for Education tools and apps by clicking on the 9 grid tool from whatever app you're in. You can, if you're in Gmail or Drive or so on, you can always access the other apps. Okay. In this case, we'll be talking about Google Calendar. All right. You could also type in calendar.google.com and you see it loads up my school calendar. And here, let's get started. Like always, we're going to start from the left to bottom and left to the right. Okay, so the big red button here is where you can create an immediate event. Okay, so you can click quick add. Okay, so if I wanted to quickly add an appointment, you can follow the example down here. Dinner with Sharon, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Press add. And you can see it will be added here. And here it is. Okay. To click on, to delete this, or let me back up. So what's cool about Google Calendar, you can always move it. You can click, drag, and drop it where you want it. You can also extend it, the time. You can shrink it down as well. You double click it, click. For more details to add, you can make it as a repeating weekly or monthly or even yearly, yearly for birthdays, which is a great idea. And you can end it a certain time after 35 weeks or days or occurrences. Okay. But I usually choose the ends on date and then I go and find the date exactly. Okay. I'm going to cancel that. And it's a good idea to go ahead and enter your the person you're inviting with to add their email here. Okay. So in this case, I would add Sharon here. And she will, once I save it, she will get a notification, an invitation to join. You could always change that by clicking on the X button right by their names here on the right hand side. You can also allow the guests to modify the events or even invite others and so on. You can add attachments, which is great. Sometimes when you go to a concert or when you go to a field trip and you have an attachment, you can go ahead and attach that document, the PDF or so, from your Google Drive, or you can upload it from your computer. All right. So let's go back. I'm not going to save this. Okay. So here again, I can move it around. It's great. Click. I can just delete it straight. Now you'll see I have the calendar here. I can a mini version of the calendar, and I can look ahead and I click it, and I'll be taken to that date. All right. So I'll go back today. Now I have all these calendars here on the left-hand side here. I have appointments, birthdays, and so on. Here, I can create a new calendar. So if I click on this drop-down arrow, this drop-down menu, and then I click Create New Calendar, and then I can create tutorial calendar. Okay, I can add description, and remember, I think I mentioned this in the last video. In one of the videos, you can stretch this out if you need to, just by if you identify a little text box with the lines on the corner. And so on. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can share the calendar with specific people. Like you could type in grade level department members, administration, and so on. I'm going to go back, cancel. I'm going to go ahead and create this calendar. And then it will send a link to Sharon. But I'm not going to do that. So I canceled it. Okay. But here I already made a Teaching Bytes calendar here, and quickly I can show you, I can change colors obviously, which is pretty cool. I can display all these calendars, so which is great. If I had multiple calendars open like so, and I go back to the weekly view or even monthly view, you can see it gets really, really crazy. So if I really wanted just to concentrate and focus in on this calendar, the Teaching Bytes calendar, just go ahead and click on the drop down arrow and display all of this calendar. And now I'm back to just this calendar. Okay. Again, when we go to the drop down arrow, we have more settings here. We can choose calendar settings. It goes back to this window. Go back to calendar. And I can share this calendar with certain people. Okay. Cancel that. And you can edit notifications. So if somebody added or somebody changed an event, you will get an email, or you can even get a text message with the SMS. Cancel that. I'm going to go switch it to the right-hand side now, the different views that's available on Google Calendar. You have the day view, you have the week view, you have the month view, 5 days ahead, and the agenda. So let's go pull up one of my calendars so you can see my agenda. Okay, so you can see the agenda here, the past couple weeks at school, all this happening here, agenda. That might work for some people. I myself is not really a big fan of this. It's just so much. So I just go back to the week. And this, I like still graphical representation at the time. Okay. The more button. Now here, which is cool, you can actually print this calendar. So if I click on the print button, this will give me a preview of what to print. I can print just this week, or I can print up to 4 weeks. I could even go up more into the future. 18 pages, double-sided if I have to. I can change the size from the smallest to a bigger font. Orientation, keep it auto. And you can hide the audio, the things that you've declined. And then you print, okay, which is pretty cool. Now, one tip is that if I hid this, if I go ahead and hid my calendars, so I click off and click off, and I have nothing on my calendar, nothing is highlighted, no calendar is highlighted, I can still print a calendar. Go to more, print, and it's an empty calendar. Okay, this may help when you're doing a sign-up sheet maybe, which is pretty cool, by hand. That might work. Okay, or if you have a personal schedule, your teacher schedule on paper, this will help also. You can also save as a PDF. So I click on save, and down here it saves a PDF. Okay, cancel that. And like in all Google apps, there is this gear settings here. Again, let me change to the settings so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, go back to last week, past couple weeks, like so. See my schedule. Go to the settings. I can see cozy, compact, so everything's is a little closer or comfortable, a little bit bigger, easier to read. Settings, very self-explanatory. Date, time. This is very useful. The default event duration. So when you're creating an event, okay, it'll be 30 minutes. So I'm going to go back here and show you what I mean. So here, automatically, if I click on something on a cell, automatically it gives me 30 minutes. This is great. If I click, drag, and keep going, 3 slots, that's 90 minutes. Okay. Settings, help, lab. Again, I think I mentioned that in a different video, but you can add more things that's experimental. It may be there, it may not be there. They're like plugins or extensions. That's what they are. Back to the calendar. Okay, so that's how to make an event. You just click and you drag and you go ahead and make it an event. So make tutorial video, press create. Okay, so what if I wanted to make an appointment instead? So I make an appointment at 2 o'clock. It's from right here. Actually, I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to click and drag it out for the next 3 hours from 2 to 5. There's gonna be my open hours, open office hours. Okay, and right here, appointment slots. Click on that, and you can give the people who you're sharing this calendar to the ability to schedule a time to meet with you in 30-minute increments. Okay, so here, default 30-minute. You can change it, so on. You can do it 30-minute increments or one whole block of 3 hours, and make sure you choose the correct calendar and press create slots. Okay, so whoever sees this, they will see 30-minute slots. Okay, so this is the link you can send to people like that. Okay, and then once the people get it, so I'm going to show you quickly. If I was opening in my Safari browser, which I'm not logged into my Google apps, if I click this and I highlight it and press enter, let's see what happens. Here it is. Okay, so here I can see I can start booking a time for this. It may look a little different, but you can go ahead and schedule that. Okay, go back out of there, click this, delete that so I don't get confused. That's it. So again, you can also switch between accounts, which is great, and all very similar. I'm sure you have noticed that throughout the whole GAF suite. They're all pretty similar. Okay, but yeah, so check that out. Google Calendar, awesome app. See you in the next video.